Hi, friends. It is so nice to be back here today for our 50th tarot play date. I know I've been like, I act surprised like every week. It's like, oh, number 48, number 49. I mean, we hit the halfway point at what, 39? But 50 just sounds like a big number. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of coffee and then I'm going to say some hellos. And actually, I'm going to also angle that. That's better. Isn't that better? So I think we have a few folks waiting that I'm going to say hello to. First one in today, Jennifer Ball. Nice to see you, my friend. Drop of Golden Tarot. Welcome back, making a live. That's super exciting. Ooh, are we going to have some card predictions coming in today, I see. I was just looking at the list, and we have a lot of majors that we still have not covered. Do you think they've been storing up for the end of the year, maybe? We'll see how that goes. Sandra, hello, the Whispering Wow. App Simon. See who else do we have in here? Becca, hi Becca. And Elizabeth. Happy Sunday. Donna Riedler, Patrice, hi both of you. Kimberly Meyer is here. Aspasia Rising, hello. White Tree Tarot. Oh, I love Tyke Enlightenment. I feel like I have some folks that haven't been here in a few weeks, and it's really nice to see you back. Let's see who else we have here. Richard Longman Tarot is here. Jillian Darlington. Jillian, did you change your channel name, maybe? Or your YouTube name, I guess I should say. Or I'm mixing you up with another Jillian, perhaps. Gracia's here. Hi, Gracia. Kristen Louise, hello. Uh-oh, we jumped. Also, I need to pause myself over here. Am I buffering? I really hope I'm not buffering. We'll find out as I scroll down through the chat. We'll find out. Let's see, who else do I have here? Pamela Ramsey, hello. Good morning. It's nice to say good morning to somebody who gets it. C Cat. Neem, Essence 818. Hi, Neem. We have Corvin, Tail Raven Tarot. Hi, Corvin. Did I say hi to C Cat? I have a T Cat and a C Cat, so just in case, hello. And then we have Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. Hi, Chris. Sue C, listening while working. I do that a lot. No judgment here, let me tell you. Yes, 50, it's such a big number. Elle, hello, my darling daughter. Let's see, who else do we have here? Jody's here. Hi, Jody. And Selkie is here. Nice to see you. Myrna is here. Hello. Have I made it yet? Not quite. Rose Honey Ritual and Ann Fort. Hello. Lori Kramer. Howell's Tarot Tent. Pentacles to all. Please, we cannot with the pentacles. Like, I just can't anymore. Yesterday I was in, and I'll keep saying hello in a minute, but yesterday I was in Jilly's live where she had Jonathan Daly on her channel, and they did a spread, and Jonathan's not going to be here at Playdate today, so somebody else will have to bring some esoteric titles to us today. But they did a spread, and it was a 5-card spread, and every single one of my cards was pentacles. And we had the 4 of Pentacles this week and the Ace of Pentacles the week before. So, like, I've got to stop with the pentacles. I get it, universe. I get it. So, anyway, Aquarius Owl, hello. And while I'm saying hellos too, tell me if you had any experiences with the 4 of Pentacles, or did you flat out ignore any advice that it gave? I'd be interested to know. Emmy, hi, the Moon Chariot. It's so nice to see you. Michelle is here. Hi, Michelle. Wood Thrush Cottage. Diane, hello. Inked Witchy Girl. We have Durple Haze. That sounds like a new name. I feel like I would have had a lot of fun saying that. So if you're new here, welcome. Or if you're just saying hi for the first time. We have Emily here. Hello, Emily. And oh my gosh, Oak Mom is here. Melanie, hi. We have so many people here today. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. No, I can't see. Seriously, no more with the pentacles. If another pentacle, please pull again. You know we don't break the rules, Anne. You know, despite what we want, the tarot gives us what we need. But I am begging the universe right now. I really feel like I'm in a major kind of mood. Okay, if Shane, hi Shane, there's my son. I love it when my kids are in the chat. Okay, I think I said hello. If I missed anyone, it was purely by accident, as per usual. All right, I'm going to flip myself on over to the StreamYard chat now. We'll go ahead and hide this. And like we do, oh, there's Jackie. Hi, Jackie. All right, like we do every week, before I pull the card, we're going to gather a list of 5 questions that we will use our card to answer. And I find that I usually prefer to have questions that are for the collective rather than the individual. But if you have an individual question, you know, you can throw it in the chat just for posterity, or you can be thinking about how this card can answer that for you this week. Most of our, what do I want to call you? Most of our experienced play daters, there's a better word for that, but know how this is done. So bring on the questions in all caps and see Emily's showing you how it's done right there. Hopefully YouTube doesn't get stingy and hide comments that are in all chat, because it's been known to do that lately. So our first question from Emily today is, how can we stay grounded and calm and be more mindful of our energy this week? So I'm going to go ahead and type that up so I can show it later. So from Emily, how can we stay grounded and calm and be more mindful of our energy this week? I didn't talk a lot about the Four of Pentacles because I'm pretty sure I ignored its message, which is like, hang on to your pennies. And I went, no, I'm going to go shopping. All online, of course, but that's what I did. All right, so let's see. After that one, let me undo that one. Who do I have next here? Did I see Sean sneak in? Hi, Sean. All right, for me, we have, how can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? Is it really dark times? I want to send you a hug right now. Okay, Essence 818. How can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? Okay. And then from Drop of Golden Tarot, coming back to Playdate, bringing a question. I'm loving it. We have, how can I keep my energy positive with holidays and pandemic mixed together? You know, that's a great question for all of us. So I'm definitely taking that one. How can, I'm just going to put a we instead of the I, if you don't mind. How can we keep our energy positive and, nope, with holidays and pandemic mixed together? Are we starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, though, with all the vaccine news and all of that good stuff? And I don't want to start a vaccine debate. I'm just saying things seem to be moving in the right direction. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, don't jump. Emily did the same with the Four of Pens. Let's go shopping. Somehow I feel we'd be really dangerous if we could shop together, Emily. All right, Elle, what can we do this week to begin making our goals our reality? Oh, Elle, I feel like you're calling me out right now. What can we do this week to begin making our goals our reality? Loving that. Okay, I have 4 so far. Hopefully I didn't miss any. Oh, and then from Inked Witchy Girl. Okay, so that one's really specific since not all of us are writing right now, but let's make a note of that and let us know how this card answers this question for you, if you will. Oh, did somebody put a question not in all caps that maybe I missed based on Simon's comment? Oh, I did. I missed one from Lori, so I'm going to go back up there for that one. Lori Kramer, how can we let go of what no longer serves us? Oh, that's another call out. Okay, guys, are you all in my head right now? Hi, Lori, by the way. And if I miss one, I'm sorry. I'm using the StreamYard chat, and it so I don't see blue wrenches. I don't see any of that good stuff. So hopefully we've got a good selection of questions here. And as always, you know what I like to say, if you had a question and we didn't get it this week, bring it back next week, because usually the things don't just sort of aren't usually just on our minds for a week, right? Okay, I think I saw, yes, I did, Jen, or that I read already. Getting, what should we be mindful of? Oh, Emmy, I'm sorry, I missed that one because it wasn't in all caps. And I know you don't always come, but bring on. Anne brought a question. You guys have so many good questions. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed any. But hopefully, no, don't be sorry, Ink Witchy Girl. I said you could throw it in the chat. Now we've called it out. We did that once for, I think Tammy Pie was here and she had a question. We ended up answering it anyway. All right, so as I shuffle here, I'm going to flip over from the chat so I won't see it for just a second. And I'm going to read out the questions as I'm shuffling here so we keep them in mind. And I'm going to try not to get distracted by my own thoughts or chatter. So from Emily's Tarot Magic. Oh, let me not put that on the screen later. How about Emily's Tarot Magic? How can we stay grounded and calm and be more mindful of our energy this week? From Essence 818, how can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? From Drop of Golden Tarot, how can we keep our energy positive with holidays and pandemic mixed together? From Elle, what can we do this week to begin making our goals our reality? And from Lori Kramer, how can we let go of what no longer serves us? Thank you, everyone, for bringing so many questions to Playdate this week. I very much appreciate it. Otherwise, the entire format would fall down. And I'd be sitting here trying to come up with something on the fly, and you don't want me to do that. All right. Oh, see, there I am getting distracted by my own chatter. Okay. How can we stay grounded and calm? Keep optimism. Keep our energy positive. So those two are kind of similar, but I feel like they're still a little bit different. What can we do to begin making our goals our reality? And how can we let go of what no longer serves us? All right. One more little tiny riffle shuffle with a few cards that are left. And we have, the Eight of Wands. I kind of forgot this card existed. So what's your first impression? I'm going to flip back over to my comments here. What do you think? And I got to get caught up on the comments here. What's your first impression when you see this card? Lori, hi Lori, nice to see you in here. Emmy, too lazy to type. No, it wasn't laziness. We have had the sun. Yes, we have. Tarot trainee. Whoop. Hi. Okay. I don't know what that means. Yes, I am sorry that I missed that one, Emmy. Okay, let's see here. Shit's gonna get busy, says Jenna. Howl's Tarot 10. I think it's brilliant. Relief that it's not a pentacle. Drop of Golden Tarot. Ugh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why ugh? Is the tarot trying to tell you something? Oh, Jillian, my stalker card recently. Oak Mom is immediately seeing movement. Simon's like, indeed. Do you say it like this, Simon? Indeed. All right, I got to move this to the other side. Mindy, hi, Mindy. You snuck on in here. Nice to see you. Okay, temperance would have been good. All right, so Pee Wee Herman says, sticky. Robin, hello? I might not be following that. All right, we're ready to get moving. Energy, movement, says Aspasia. Let's see here. Things moving quickly. Let's get rolling, says T-Cat. And I promise I'll start showing some comments here in a minute. I'm just going to get myself a little bit caught up. All right, so Chris is bringing some numerology into it for us here. The eights speak both of stability and movement, which can make them confusing sometimes. But I think of it as kicking off from a stable base in order to achieve new heights. And already I have to kind of calm myself from thinking ahead to like how we're going to answer our questions. But I'm sure it all starts to make sense right out of the gate. Messages. This is a really great reminder. I oftentimes, unless a card specifically depicts like somebody, you know, in some of the alternate cards, we may see this, that this is a card that oftentimes means bringing of messages. Hi, Kay. Welcome. Welcome into Tarot Playdate. Simon, ooh, this one's deep and good. Align our outer journey with our inner purpose. Ooh, that feels good. I like it. I like it a lot because it's very applicable to my life right now. Drop of Golden Tarot. I feel so busy already. More movement? Question mark. Maybe it's just a bit of a cheerleading happening, right? Like, keep going. You can do this, right? Let's see here. Oh, don't jump. Jeez Louise. Pals Tarot 10. You pull 8 of Wands. Why do I see 8 of Pentacles still? Are you traumatized from all the pentacles that we've had? Oh, I was trying to highlight Elizabeth's comment here. Here we go. Swiftness, progress, energy, air travel. Although there hasn't been a lot of that lately, unless people are traveling for the holidays, which is an interesting venture these days, to say the least. Get ready to go. Contradiction to what I thought was coming. Did you think we were going to get a card that told us to hold back and relax, maybe? Let's see. Things might be rushing towards me too fast. Does it feel like a bit of an onslaught with all of these ones? Donna, maybe just need to step out of the way when those babies land, though. I mean, we don't want to get, and I don't want to be graphic, but we don't want to be impaled by the wands. We want the wands to be driving us forward, but not attacking us. So speed, action, and travel, says Oak Mama. The Moon Chariot, movement towards a new direction. I definitely need that. See, the tarot will give us what we need. You know this is true. Mindy is setting up a new space to record, so just listening. That is okay, Mindy. I do that a lot with these live chats. Kristen, putting into work effectively what was learned from the 7, right? So in our 7 of Wands, right, where we maybe had to be a bit on the defensive, now we're moving forward from that, or taking those lessons. That's interesting. I like that. In a 1-card read, is this a yes card? That's a great question. And I don't know if I feel like people have asked this before in Tarot Playdate, but it's been a really long time, like in a yes, no type question, because we kind of avoid them sometimes, but we have had those yes, no type questions be one of our questions for the week. I think one time it was like, is the weather going to get better or something? And we're like, definitely not. I remember it was a Selkie question, but I don't remember exactly what the question was. We were like, nope, that's a clear no. Oklahoma says those wands are coming from the higher ground that we were up on with the 7. Oh, interesting. The Dark Mansion shows a letter K. Shh, spoilers. That might be one of my decks. Return of the Flames, says Pal's Tarot 10. Yeah, we're bringing the fire back today. This is timely because it's also correspondence or messages, like at the holidays. I mean, the postal services start hopping right about now, don't they? Simon says, don't feel bored. Life is a rich tapestry of experiences and opportunities. Very true. Emily says, I often think that of this depiction as if they are descending, but what if they have just taken off? I think it's a message to be sure that we're actually doing the work required to get the wands in the air, right? I mean, we do. It all looks like these wands are, wait, maybe I'll do it with this hand, right? Like they're all angled downward, right? We talked earlier about like they're coming at us, or they feel like they're attacking, but they could be flying off in the other direction. Am I doing that right? Yeah. Can you tell I have alignment issues? Just saying. But I don't know if I demonstrated that very well, but I'm sure you all knew what Emily meant without me demonstrating. Selkie says, it's the movement for us to go forward. It will be fast. Yeah, there's nothing slow about this card, is there? Michelle says, my mom called this the arrows of love card. So movement towards your loved ones and make them a priority, which is something I need to do. Well, then that's a good reminder, isn't it? And it can be hard when we're trying to juggle so much, and sometimes we have to refocus. Okay, let's see here. Emmy says, maybe we are moving towards whatever card we get next week. Ooh, might be a doozy then. Prepare yourselves. Possibilities becoming a reality, says Stephanie. And hi, Stephanie. Nice to see you in here. Make something creative with those wands like Becca does. Yeah, hasn't there been some stuff in her group, postings, and she's been doing crafty projects on her channel, and I don't have any of the supplies to do any of them, and I'm a little scared because I'm not very crafty. Robin's noting that this is one of the 2 cards in the deck that doesn't have any characters in it. Yeah, so this is probably one of, to me, this is like the most Pippish deck. And now I'm trying to think what the other card is that doesn't have any characters in it, other than the aces, but even those have hands. Shoot, now this is a fun game for me to play. Somebody will probably say what it is. Jackie noted that this is, we're stepping things up a notch or up a gear. Elizabeth says this can be a warning here, maybe to ask yourself what you're rushing into and why. If this rapid action is in line with your ultimate goals, then enjoy the ride. Didn't we have a question about goals? I think we did from our L. Drop of Golden Tarot. Oh, I like the idea of progress. We definitely need progress and moving towards a new direction. Don't we ever? Did Lori say something that I missed? I saw, and I love it, love it, love it. Oh, you're talking about a deck. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss a really resonant comment there. Let's see here. Craft a Yule tree with these sticks. Yeah, go out, gather up some sticks, and do some fun Yule crafty things. I like that. Oh, we were talking about the yes or no, if it's a yes or no question. So Mendy had said, I believe it's probably a no. Chris says, depends on the question. If it's should I stop, then I'd say it's a resounding no. Yeah, I think this one definitely would have to be taken in context with the question. T-Cat, 8 of Wands is a very dynamic card. This card usually pops up when there will be a lot of opportunities coming for you, or you can set things into motion and manifest things into your life. And then Mendy too, when you said you see this as a no card, I know you're just listening for the most part, but if you want to expand on that, I'd be totally interested to hear what you had to say more about that. The melanated. Oh, thank you for the subtle nudge, Elle. I appreciate it. Some days I just get like right into it and then I forget. So it's very, very similar. So I might not hold up both of them, but let's just switch off for a little while, shall we? So this is our melanated 8 of Wands. And then pretty soon we'll take a closer look. There may not seem like there's a lot in this card, but there might be a few hidden little gems in this one as we get closer. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. From Sue, fast, clear, effective technology. Oh, interesting with the technology aspect there. Robin says, move forward. Oak Mama, got to get my Christmas cards in the post. Simon, our daily stresses and worries are transient, right? So that they keep moving. This too shall pass is a phrase that comes to me a lot, that I'm constantly reminding myself of. Oh, see, Oak Mama's right there to remind me about the melanated as well. Gracia could mean movement of money, cash coming in and going out, holiday shopping. Oh, yeah. Maybe actually getting out of our houses a little bit, if it's safe to do so. Why do you have to jump so far? Donna says, we can either let the wounds pass us by or hitch a ride and hang on. Ride the fire. Aspasia says, I think it's about the motion, not necessarily the goal or origin, in response to something Emily said that maybe I didn't highlight. Not entirely sure. Tarot trading, maybe all my orders will be dropped on my doorstep in one day. Oh boy, did I have that happen. I've actually realized how strategically good it is that I do playdate on Sundays when there is typically no post or mail, because then my dogs aren't going crazy every time the doorbell rings. So that's kind of nice. Robin says the arrangement of the wands almost makes a ladder, right? It does look like something you could kind of like climb upwards or down, I suppose, but I feel like this is more of an upward movement card given where it's at. Yeah, literal moving, like literally moving from one place to another. Simon says, if we think we are going with the flow, refocus and ask if the flow is keeping us on the right path, right? We could be moving in a very specific direction, but that doesn't mean it's the right direction. So taking stock of that, that's a very good point. I love that, Simon. Oklahoma says there could be an end in sight. So Aspasia is planning to move and gets this card a lot. Don't be scared, Jen. What's the worst that can happen? 3 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 3 of... What did I ask? I don't even remember what I asked. It got me there. What? Oh, man. Can't remember from one minute to the next. The melanated backs are the 8 of Wands on the second edition. Yeah, I have the first edition, which has these backs, which I tend to like better. The idea of the back of the card being an actual front of the card, I feel like that could like really throw me off. There's definitely very swift motion here. Myrna is saying the journey is what's important, not necessarily the destination. Yes, yes, yes. And I feel like right now I'm on a journey that's very important. Anne says all those budding leaves show opportunities and progress, right? We have growth being represented here on these wands, which is true throughout the entire wand suit, which is an aspect can be easy to overlook, but a really important part. Oh, the Three of Swords doesn't have the characters. I completely forgot. Wow, how far behind in the chat am I? Hi, Naomi. Okay, T-Cat said someone referred earlier to this card, or that this card refers to travel. This card can also be about jumping into adventure that life offers. It's going to be something that takes you into something new and changes, and I'm not sure if that's there it is, your perspective. I knew there was more to that comment. Okay. Oh, jump, jump, jump. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. Okay, so Mendy's answering the question I asked her earlier. So with yes and no, I generally refer back to playing cards. And the wands are a black suit, clubs, not a firm, but a qualified no. Okay, that's really cool, bringing in that playing card association. Thank you, Mendy. I really appreciate you taking the time to answer my question. And then Tarot Trainee says, I saw the answer no because they are all pointed down or falling. Emily, I think it's interesting considering the 9 which follows and the feelings we may be left with in that card. I think there could be some consequences to the speed of events in the 8. Yeah, it can be overwhelming. It can be exhausting. We may feel like we've just been through it. I mean, I'm certainly picturing the guy with the bandage on his head, you know. M. Comer, is she? Hello. YouTube did not notify. Shame on YouTube. Lori says, can you remind me exactly what the second deck? So this is the Melanated Classic Tarot by Julia Goolsby and Ubria Chonshaw. There's a few editions of it out, and it's changed from edition to edition. Oh, and people are helping and answering that question as well. Biaspasia, your literal little white dog is wanting his walk. You know, I know what that's like. I do. All right, referring to the crafting earlier, Donna. Oh, thank you. Now I understand. I asked about the pip card. Yes, I did. Ugh. It's a good thing you guys are here to remind me what the heck I've been saying. So Shane says, something that comes to mind is movement, progress is progress. It may not be swift like we imagine as it's happening, but when we look back, you'll see how far you've come. Right? So sometimes it could feel like things are moving at a snail's pace. Because we're impatient. And then, yeah, when we look back, it's like all of a sudden it went so fast. Think about like this year, right? Like as we kind of got into what, let's say March, suddenly it felt like the year started to just grind to a halt as many things literally ground to a halt. But now I look back, I'm like, this year went by really fast. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but oh, Ishi says that the Crow Tarot has this as a yes card. Interesting. Did I make it to the end? I think I did. All right, so I'm going to switch back to our RWS. And the only reason is because of, I like the white that kind of represents the swift movement, but I want to get back to our original coloring here as we explore this card close up. Donna says, I feel that way too. So let's see if you notice anything different in this card that you haven't before. So really, the thing where we're most likely to maybe miss is the scenery in the background. And we do actually have, and I'm not sure I've ever noticed this, okay, if I can align myself, but we do have a bit of a structure in the back. So then how does that affect, or does it at all, how you would read this card? All right, let's see what you guys are saying here as I was showing that. Simon says there's not a lot of symbolism in this card, right? This is a pretty sparse card, right? But we have the castle house in the background that I was just pointing out. Our aim, our exertions, one efforts are the bridge to reach the goal. Your potential is where your home has always been. Does anybody, like, instantly I think of There's No Place Like Home, right? With Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. It's like she has all these grand aspirations and wants to get away, but recognizes that what she really wanted was sort of right in front of her the whole time. Oklahoma says years speed up after the summer. Is that what it is? It's just like the year gains momentum as we go. Drop of Golden Tarot says the only thing about this card is on its own, it doesn't indicate if it's positive or negative movement. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to depend on how you framed your question. Yeah, you're right. Other cards around it. Maybe you need to clarify it. Corbin says, yeah, it does feel like it dragged and then went really fast. Anne says Sun in Aries, most likely positive. So we have some real different schools of thoughts on how we would read this card in a yes or no situation. Sandra says, yes, I feel that way. I can't believe we're a few weeks away from Christmas. Seriously, it came so fast. So Lori's noticing that we have water in this card, right? So it's not all about the fire. Yep, Donna was noticing the river right after. If she had noticed that the energy is fast, the message is to ensure each task is complete before moving on to the next. Now that's interesting that you picked this up, because oftentimes I can kind of see this as like throwing a bunch of things at the wall, like, or a bunch of darts at the dartboard and seeing what sticks, which is not always super effective. Just saying. Elizabeth is noticing the castle for the first time. Same. I'm right there with you, my friend. Yeah, the building on the hill, like an old castle. So it seems a few of us are really seeing that for the first time, because these wands really grab our attention, don't they? The little leaves seem to be clinging for dear life. The river flows across the whole picture, right? So we have it all the way across the bottom. Donna's noticing that one wand is lagging quite a bit. Lori, you said you're seeing Stonehenge. Well, that's kind of interesting. All right, Simon's bringing some more symbology for us. And if I might say, he's bringing in a lot of the symbology that's referenced here in the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite-Smith, for any of you who might be new here or didn't know that he does that for me. Thank you, Simon. So the blue sky and the river, so bringing in the blue, represents feelings, soul, mind, coolness, yearning. Positive aspects, lightheartedness, clear will, lucid mind. Negative aspects, idolizing someone and wishful thinking. That's interesting with the idolizing someone. And is that just in reference to the blue? Huh. I'm going to have to think on that one. That brings a really interesting element into it, I feel like. Oklahoma says it doesn't look like they've been thrown by one person, so maybe teamwork leads to achievement. Yeah, it'd be real hard for one person to throw all those wands. That takes some talent, I think. Kristen's noticing the phallic shape symbolizes potency. Yeah, we know sometimes the wands can represent those kinds of things. That sounded really prudish the way that I just said that. But Julie Daniels, hi Julie. Perhaps this is why this card gets associated with travel, leaving home behind, right? So are we moving towards this or away from that? That's a good point. Yeah, Aquarius Al is noticing the clear skies. Naomi says, I feel like it's coming back down to earth. And so again, it's that, how do you interpret the directional movement of these wands? Amy says, depending on the question, the water underneath could be moving towards an emotional situation, right? Or we're going to be having some serious feelings about what's happening with these wands. Very true. Robin says, I often read this card as lots of crap flying at you, lots of stuff to deal with. Agreed. Simon, the hill or the setting, so here what we have in the back here with that, can represent a wild country. There's much to be dealt with and achieved. The river stands for continuity and change. Be in and stay in the flow. I keep getting messages right now that I need to go with the flow, which is not something I do naturally. I mean, I do in some aspects of my life, but others I don't necessarily. Oh, Anne said, nope. Sagittarius ruled by Mercury. Okay, thank you for bringing in the astrology though for us, Anne. I appreciate that. Donna, or it's ahead depending on the direction. So kind of adding to the earlier comment. Is there anything in the groupings? This is a great question, Ishi. So we have 4 wands and then 2 and then 2. So I've never thought about that, like how the wands are clustered and what that could mean. Ooh, interesting. Hi, long hair, skinny-eyed toe. Becca says it's so much better. Pamela says, I sense strength in this card. It would take strength to hurl 8 wands. Seriously. Yes, it would. So Simon says, yes, it threw me too. Blue, I've always associated with universal healing, etc. Yeah, rather than, and I know what you just said about the blue. I have to go back and find it now. Yeah, the idolizing someone. That really, that one, just, I don't know why. That one's kind of stuck so good I didn't remember it. But going back and watching this, then I would know. So L says Mercury plus Sagittarius, Magician plus the Temperance equals the 8 of Wands. So manifestation and making things happen, but staying internally balanced equals the 8 of Wands. I mean, I guess if there isn't some sort of control and balance that's happening, this could get very dangerous. These could be going, I mean, at least they're all moving in the same direction. And that takes some kind of effort, doesn't it? So Kristen says moving left to right away from the building toward the water, question mark. Let's see. Throw those wands at the thumbs up. Jenny, you're getting very creative with your thumbs ups cheerleading for me. Free falling, says Pal's Tarot Tent. White Tree Tarot says, for me, this moment in between. Wands have been thrown already and they haven't landed yet. This is just the movement period, right? We're definitely, something's very much in progress, whether it's a message, whether it's an action, whether it's a goal that we're trying to attain. Donna, so the river flowing along the bottom right or bottom might mean there's an emotional basis to the movement we're experiencing now. Yes, 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 yes. Kristen says the 4, stability 4 plus complex decisions 2 and 2. Oh, see, that's interesting too. Yes. Oh, I love the numerology coming into this card. I think that's very cool. So Simon also referencing that, alignment of the wands, coordination of many tasks. You are like a conductor or trainer who is able to line up varying things. Yes. Okay, we're switching hands for a minute. You can still see this, right? I know it's a little bit less space on this side, but maybe if I angle it the right way. There we go. So Chris says the wands look like they have just come to the other side of the peak of their trajectory, so just started their journey back down. Start to accelerate downwards with gravity could simply mean our endeavors are about to really advance and progress much faster than they previously have been. I didn't show any of those comments. So there's the first part. I'll give it a second while I take a sip of coffee in case you want to read it on the screen. Oh, that coffee is very cold. And then finishing it up here could simply mean our endeavors are about to really advance and progress much faster than they previously have been. Then Robin said, almost the direct opposite of the hangman, except this movement in time freezes the passage of the wands. Yes, many people. Simon does have great observations. But so many people bring such great stuff to Playdate. It is why I look forward to this every single freaking week. Simon says, no depicted figure. So seeing nobody in this. Positive, growing beyond one's limitations, jumping over your shadow. Oh, I love that. And the negative, loss of the self, not taking oneself seriously. I don't love that. I love the first part of it. Actually, I actually do appreciate both meanings. Okay, that is some good stuff. So are we ready to maybe start looking at some of our alternative cards and answering some of our questions? I feel like it's a good time. And this could be a fun one to see how these different artists have depicted this card. So for anyone who might be new here, once again, I randomly select 5 decks from my collection of RWS themed decks. I don't pull RWS like exact clones with the exact same artwork just because we look at 2 versions of it for a good 40 minutes of Playdate. But and then I rotate through them until I've been through them all, and then we rotate again. And as somebody mentioned earlier, the Dark Mansion has come up in this week's selection. Oh, I just had Oh, Simon, you contribute a lot. You come back with some good stuff here. Let's see. Emmy said, the light just went on my head. This is a message for me in regards to something important. Well, good. I actually, I love it so much when I hear that the card that we get for the week is really resonating and speaking to people. It makes me feel like we're all in this together. Chris said, jump over your own shadow. That sounds like a task I could give Sophie if I'm looking for 10 minutes of peace. Is that your niece, Chris? You just like, just jump your shadow for a little bit. Keep yourself entertained. All right, so just in case anybody doesn't know this deck, I have the first edition, standard edition of the Dark Mansion, and so these are the backs. This is before they did the rose petal finish on the standard edition, which I think I'm actually thankful that I have. And here is our Eight of Wands from this particular deck. So tell me what you see that brings a different meaning for you. So here we get that real, much more obvious added element of the bringing of the message. I can't. I feel like he's holding on for dear life. That's so cute. Okay, let's see here. Oak Mama says, balances out yesterday, shook me good spread yesterday. So we're loving this. What do we think? So we talked a little bit about the bringing of the message, but this really seems to heighten that particular meaning of the cards. If I were using this deck, that message I think is going to jump out to me quite a bit more. Oh wait, OMG, it's Kiki. Is that from like Kiki's delivery service? Am I getting that right, Elle? Donna says, yes, definitely a postal worker. Elizabeth says, this is my soul deck. And she says, the Ultimate Guide to Tarot mentions the Eight of Wands as a reflection of the Chariot for travel and communication. No, nobody said that before, so no apologies needed. Corbin loves this card. Is that the Queen of Wands with her cat? Well, if it is, she's delivering a message right now. So she's getting down and dirty if it's her. A grant proposal arrives. That's very specific. How's Tarot Tent? Did you apply for a grant? T-Cat, love the cat. Me too. Thunderous sky. So yeah, we don't have like the clear blue skies. So could this be, this to me seems to elevate the sense of urgency. I don't know if you feel that way, but to me, this seems more intense. With her writing on that, it feels like she's in a very big hurry. I don't know. There's just something about it. Kristen says, is she a witch? If so, her own magic making them go forward. I mean, well, she's certainly writing it. Either that or she was thrown while being on the wand. Anne says, Hod, splendor, associated with communication, reasoning, action, movement, allows expression of energy. Oak Mama says it's like a gorgeous sunset, right? But we still have those cloudy skies. Donna says it looks like she's trying to outrun a storm. Now we still have, now if you'd like to bring the color back into it, we still have that blue in this particular card, but we don't have the scene at the bottom. So it feels like we're much higher in the sky. So here we're closer to the ground, right? So we're closer to the ground in this card. And this I feel like we're much higher. So are we at a different stage in this card than we are in this one, perhaps? Sean, me too. The cat with the big eyes is just like, it's kind of everything in this card. It's so cute. Welcome back, Emily. Hang on, Kit Kat. Kristen says this card feels faster. Yeah, I agree, because I mean, I think the addition of the character adds more dimension in that way. She says the Tree of Life position for the Eight of Wands is the sphere of majesty, Hod, the sphere of majesty and the mind. Key meanings, news, and travel from the Ultimate Guide. Okay, thank you. Pal's Tarot Tank, getting the news you need just in the nick of time. Impact imminent. Hold on for dear life. So shall we answer our question? Let's go ahead and bring this up and let's see what you guys think about this. So this one, oh, Emily made it back just in time. So Emily's question is, how can we stay grounded and calm and be more mindful of our energy this week? Oh, now that presents a challenge with this card. Do you feel like this is like calming and grounding? Okay, hold on. I need to like shift my chair here. Okay. I'm like leaning too far forward. All right. So how can we stay grounded and calm and be more mindful of our energy this week? So Pamela said, when I first saw this card, I thought she was riding a rifle. Don't know why. Well, that's a different kind of action, that's for sure. Yes, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning, red sky at night, sailors delight. Yeah, it could be a stormy day tomorrow. Jillian says, feels like her delivery is of importance. Maybe it's the COVID vaccine. You know, it might be. It might be. Michelle says, we need to slow down. So in answer to this question, how can we be more mindful or stay grounded and be more mindful of our energy this week? And I'm trying to read it before it scrolls across. I'm trying to remember exactly how she phrased it. So yeah, we need to slow down. So maybe this is a kind of a what not to do sort of energy. Or maybe it's recognize that we have to get to where we're going before we're going to be able to calm and stay grounded. So we need to land, right? We need to land wherever, whatever we're doing, whatever's keeping us, keeping that energy high. Maybe once we get to our destination, that's when we're going to be able to breathe a little easier. Let's see what you guys think. TCAT says this card is about handling multiple tasks at the same time. It can literally be about invitation or news. Yes. Donna, don't let yourself get carried away. Trust that it's done. Oh, mama, prepare for arrival. Put your tray tables up, seat backs up, right? Ishi, bring perspective and insight, just what we need if we are to effectively deal with this eight's fast and varied demands. Jillian says, less haste, more speed. So more of a controlled movement than a rushed movement. Is that kind of what you mean by that? Anne says, we need to realize we might be rushing ahead without thinking things through. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. Creative thinking, logic, and a sharp wit are called for. Robin says, we could sit on our energy and breathe for a minute rather than flying ahead in panic. Yes. Oklahoma, take the moment to gather ourselves before those energies land. Justin, hey Justin. This is a perfect card for me. I'm on my first day of my diet after a week of eating crap. I'm ready to take hostages. Hold on, Justin. It's the journey and the destination. Oh, and Julia MCS is here. Hello. Emily said, go with the flow more, breathe in the air, ride the waves or clouds here, right? So kind of bringing back to the little bit of that river with the going of the flow, recognizing that we might not be able to stop the movement, but we can enjoy the ride, right? We can enjoy that journey a bit. Kristen says, break up your tasks into 8 parts. Now that's a great way to look at this card as well. Chris says, I think we need to learn to ride the chaos. Posty finds herself flying, Posty, that's cute. Posty finds herself flying through the air on 8 sticks, but she is calm and collected because she accepts her situation and has adapted to it. Yeah, I mean, she looks like she's riding pretty calm there. You know, she's sitting side saddle. She's resting her feet on that wand below her. Sean says, be careful how you respond or react to messages or news. And White Tree Tarot, maybe we should rely that help is coming and we can relax a bit. Oh, stop jumping. Patrice says, ride with whatever shows up and have trust. This will allow us to rest in spite of all the changes. I am loving these answers too, Emily. Jillian, yes, haste makes for more mistakes, prolonging the desired outcome. So Ishi's bringing some numerology for us. 8 is the number of strength, past knowledge to draw upon, which gives us wisdom and enables new choices to make new contacts and find a fresh direction. Pamela, she has chosen which one to ride. Choice is involved, right? Hopefully she picked the biggest, most comfy one, right? TCAT says we can be grounded and mindful by making a to-do list so that we don't run out of steam or forget something important on the way. So again, it's like controlling that speedy movement, hanging on where we can, keeping it organized, but not trying to inhibit or stop the movement. This is the Dark Mansion. Is she? Got her flying goggles. That's cute. All right. That was a good one. Good answers on that. All right, let me turn that one off. And we're gonna switch to water since that was very cold coffee. I'd much rather have cold water. All right, my next deck today is the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And I have the independent version of this, but for Playdate, since this is my backup copy, it's always in order. So I like to use the mass market edition, but the artwork is still gorgeous. Okay, so we're gonna take our figure out of it again. It's a really pretty card though. I love the directional change in this particular card. So we get a much different vantage point in this one. Okay, let me get you. Am I pixelated for anyone else besides Kristen? Oh, thanks for posting that, Elle. That's cute. Okay, so here's our Eight of Wands in the Light Seers. I love this like sparking and coming together of all of these different colored wands. Okay, I'm glad I'm not having issues on my side because that's always, I actually rebooted my router today right before this just to kind of like head off any potential issues. So knocking on the wood here. Okay. So what do you think of this one? What's your thought when you see this card here? We're sitting in postie seats. Now, do you feel like you're the one riding the wands? Like, does it feel like we're riding maybe this red wand right here? It looks sturdy. Looks like it could hold us. Nice and clear. Okay, good. Good. What I think about this is, to me, this brings like, it's like this coming together of all of these wands that are all moving in the same direction and are making magic happen because of like the sparks and the fireworks. And it just, this one feels like such a positive energy to me. I think I'd have a hard, I guess, I suppose there could be an explosion, could be a shadowy side of this. Let's see here. What's the significance of the 3 purple? I guess we do have different shades of purple. My guess is that she just liked the colors, but we can also read a little bit from the guidebook for this one. Robin says, this card for me says focus on your target, right? It does feel like very pinpointed energy, doesn't it? Oh, and that's the same thing Derpal Hayes said. Oh, that you have such a cute little icon. I'm looking at your little penguin. Pinpoint something or focus in. Yeah, so it looks like a few of us are kind of having that thought. Emily had said, oh my gosh, my chat jumped so much. So let me angle this right. Wait, there we go. And then I can take a break on that arm. Okay, it reminds me of fireworks with this background. Oh, let's move that a little bit to the left there. Oak Mama, traveling at the speed of thought. Ooh, I like that. And speeding towards our goal, right? It feels very, in this one, we question sort of the directional movement of the wands. And here it definitely feels like we have this forward energy happening, I think. Lovely but lacks the cat. I know, that cat was so cute. Birthday candles from the cake angle, looking up. I mean, at least there's just a few. I mean, if I actually had a birthday cake this year, I'd have set the house on fire. Just saying. Rose Honey Ritual says moving towards our common goal. Emily says, yes, it does feel positive. Neem says it's more like pooling your sources toward a common overall goal. Yeah, I almost said it and then I held back, and I don't really know why, but this feels like more of a collaborative effort. Like maybe there's more than one person. I feel like multiple people are sort of holding these wands and bringing them together in a bit of a wand huddle, so to speak. Elle says, I love how it validates how big and daunting movement and growth can feel at times. Reminds me of what Shane said earlier. Progress is progress and movement is movement, no matter how big or small. Oh, I love that, Elle. Powell's Tarot Tent is singing. I'm not singing. You're not going to get that earworm in my head. Tarot Trainee says, I got to be honest, this one looks like it's coming apart or coming together. I would have problems reading that card. Fair enough. Maybe we'll give you some ideas, though. All right, we'll switch back because this is a better angle here. Chris says, it looks like in Star Wars when the spaceships are in light speed when you see hyperspace around them. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've also been catching up on The Mandalorian lately, so. Drop of Golden Tarot. I don't have this deck. It reminds me of the old He-Man cartoon when he holds his sword aloft and says, by the power of Grayskull. Oh, flashbacks to childhood. Corbin loves this version of the card. Kristen says they look like they're shooting upward. Donna says it's similar to Tarot Ground Lux, except I think those ones are coming out of the card. I do have that deck, but that is not one of the ones I chose today. But if you want to post that card in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, I mean, I won't stop you. T-Cat, this brings 8 different energies together, more cooperative energy in this. Yes, I feel like I see that as well. Robin says, let your energy be centered. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, come back. Justin says, I like the 8 of Wands in the Urban Tarot. It's a bicycle wheel, which is cool. Resembles the Wheel of Fortune, which is the 4 directions plus 4 sun directions. Puts a new meaning on it in the wheel. Oh, Mindy says I'm blurry now too. Okay, you guys have to tell me if I'm blurry for more than one person, because then I can try and do that network switchy thing, but it's kind of a pain. Okay. Pamela says, I'm watching Dark Materials, so I see the light as a portal to another universe. Boy, talk about some movement, right? Okay, Chris, yes, we do. Baby Yoda is everything. Durple Hayes says, also reminds me of an explosion of energy. This one's energy, or one's moving outwards. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, we started a Mandalorian conversation. That's totally my fault. Okay, I'm clear. Okay, good. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so turned off my phone Wi-Fi. See, hogging the Wi-Fi bandwidth. So let's answer our second question, which I think is perfect. Oops, let me uh-oh, I gotta hide that comment. I won't leave you up there forever. Okay, there we go. So our second, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not having any problems at all. There we go. Okay, so for me, we have, how can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? Is this card not like perfect to answer this? How can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? So how would you answer that question? Maybe these wands are coming out of the pinprick of totality. Ooh, interesting. All right, Jillian's coming right in with an answer to our question. Follow your light, right? And recognize too, so with this particular version of this card, you know, again, I feel like this energy is coming together. So keeping optimism in the darkest of times, I feel like pooling our resources, right? And all kind of directing our energy in a single direction. So if we need to band together and put some positive energy and manifest some good stuff out into the universe, maybe collectively we can raise some vibrations and kind of lift us out of those darker times. Let's see what you guys think though. And I think you guys are thinking a lot of things. Work with others, says Linda. Hi, Linda. I don't know if I said hello to you yet today. Robin says there's a light in our goal, the long plan. Naomi says focus on the good. Just focus on the positive. Sean's right behind with focus on goals together. Hold on, help is on the way. Ask for help. It's funny, you guys are coming in pairs with your interpretations. I'm loving this. Okay, and then we have, let's see here. Reminds me of Harry Potter, similar to something Dumbledore said Sandra. What is it? What did he say? Donna, surround yourself with color and light. Just brighten things up to lift your mood and your spirits. And keep positive and focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. By working together, we all reach the ultimate goal. Yes, yes, Emmy. Pamela, this group helps me to stay optimistic. Same. The circle is complete. Trust, just a little twisted. Not sure I follow Pal's Tarot deck, but yeah. I guess I get the circle is complete part. It's the twisted part I'm missing. Regina says communication helps keep forward momentum. Jackie says one at a time, right? Just don't try to do too much all at once. Emily says there has to be an end goal and a strategy. I think it has to be about feeling the emotions we would feel if we manifested our dreams. feeling the celebration and joy right now. It's that visualization technique, right? How would you feel if you reached your goal? And being able to visualize that now actually starts to help you feel those things in advance. I like that. Donna, the differently colored wands make me think of a diverse group of people working together towards a common goal. Yes. Jillian says, I like the pull your resources angle. Find your people. Okay, wait. I lost it. There we go. About light in the darkest of times. Oh, yes. I remember now, Sandra. Thank you. Myrna says, turn off the news occasionally. Use your remote that sends out that energy to the television to turn it off. Oh, and then Elle's adding to the quote there, happiness can be found in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. That is actually quite a wise quote, isn't it? There's light above the darkest of wells, says Ishi. Those wands will hold the rope to lift you out, may involve teamwork or asking for help. See, you guys are so good with answering the questions today. Emily, aligning yourself with what feels authentic and what serves ourselves and others. Okay, trusting your gut instinct, says Durple Hayes. Kristen says, leave some space for rest, referring to the open space in the upper right. Right, so there's a bit of a pause or a break in the wands right up here. That's a good observation. Michelle, I just love this. I had to take a moment to apply to join the. Aw, thanks for joining the group. We had no new members this last week. I went to actually for the first time in forever to like welcome our new members. I'm like, uh-oh, I don't have any new members, but now we will. So thank you. TCAT, optimism comes from many little sources. Learn to appreciate little things in life as those create something beautiful together. And Emily's like, yes, asking for help. So I was going to read from the book, but I'm actually not going to do it because I'm loving so much your interpretations. And, you know, for time's sake, we got to keep moving. Okay, so my next deck, let me turn that one off. Those were some fantastic answers to the question. And then Emmy had also said, this could simply mean just coming together as a group and bringing some light into the world. Yes. Oh, Simon, you missed it too? It can be hard to remember to do that. I feel like it was more prominent in the Facebook group page before than it is now with the new Facebook. All right, the next deck that I'm bringing out, sorry, out of print warning, the Victorian Romantic Tarot by Baba Studio. So this will be interesting to see how this is depicted. Ooh, kind of a very different energy from the card we just looked at. That is for darn sure. Whoa. Okay, I'm avoiding the dropsies. Okay, here is our Eight of Wands in the Victorian Romantic. Sorry, I'm shaking a lot. Uh-oh. Boys. Okay, sorry. I don't even know how to mute myself. Actually, I do. 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, we're going to try this. Third time's a charm for me to show this card so you can take a nice look at it. So there's some, Vaughn, please stop. That's what I get for saying earlier that thankfully they won't start barking at the postman. Hit the thumbs up for Vaughn. Yeah, don't encourage him. But don't hit the thumbs down. Don't do that. All right, let's see what you guys think about this particular card. Oh, and then Ishi had been answering the last question. If you feel overwhelmed, take some time to meditate on what you truly want, focus your energy on. Okamama had said there was a really good quote in the Queen's Gambit. The happiest person is the one not afraid to be left alone. Right? You have to be comfortable with your own company, right? Okay. Racing the stag, says Okamama. sorry, Corbin. Say hi to Bronte and, oh, why am I forgetting the other dog's name? Because you're always yelling at Bronte like I'm always yelling at Bond, so nobody knows the other dog's name. No, there was no postman. I have no idea what they were even barking at, actually. Land is prominent. Don't see any water in this card, right? But we see lots of like hills and green space. Sorry, Anne. I'm sorry for all the dogs that just like answered my dogs. Dude ran out of the house so fast he forgot his pantaloons. Yes, he did. There are no trousers. He's running out in nature though. So what does that tell you? Are you loving this card, I'm guessing? Or was that for the, oh, that was for the dogs. Justin says, I love the card, but they should have made the elk rack eight points. Yeah, that would have been interesting, like a way to bring the actual 8 in here. Now, I think this particular deck, they're using like curated artwork, I think. Is that right? Bennett, thank you. That's right, Bronte and Bennett. Elle says, this card reminds me of a grown-up Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, maybe it's because I haven't seen that. Yeah, and then TK comes in to say hi. He can't have the dogs to show him up, right? The cat has to get his 2 cents in. Exactly right, Robin. Has he just thrown the wands? Ooh, so think about that. Did the 8 wands just leave his hand? I feel like he's like an Olympic, like he looks like an Olympic shot putter or something, right? Or shot putter? Shot putter? Neem says, I don't see a fiery energy in this particular card. I do see the movement, but I can see what you're saying about maybe not seeing so much the elemental energy. What does the book say? I have the big book, but it's like way over there. All Jen's animals get 8 of wands. Making, I know, it's the cat speaks his mind. He sure does. He's like, y'all just woke me up from my nap. Javelin. Yes, Jenna, that's what it looks like he's throwing. Tossing the caber. So, but do you still feel like you get the energy of the 8 of wands from this card, even without maybe the so much fiery element? Could this be 2 aspects of yourself? So the human and the stag, is that kind of what you're thinking? Anne says, naked ambition, moving with strength. I wish I was still here to join me in the look of How Dare You, because I haven't seen the Last Airbender. I may actually have seen it and just not remember it, but I feel like that might be worse. White Tree Tarot, this seems like a wilder energy than in those cards before. Yeah, it seems more primal. Is that the word I think I want? So let's answer our next question, because otherwise we'll just be here forever. How can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? How can we keep optimism in the darkest of times? And I think right away, I want to kind of tap into that primal base energy that this card seems to be putting through. So maybe it's like kind of going back a little bit to our roots and remembering that things are always moving. If we look at and kind of trust that we're going to get, and so here there's like this vulnerability in this card. So that's why I think I say trust, because he's got no clothes on, right? Things are moving, things are changing. We're not going to be in the darkest of times forever. So keeping that in mind as we move forward kind of comes instantly to mind for me. And I think I highlighted that. This card seems like wilder energy. Pamela says, in the little white book, things are finally within your grasp. Oh, I like that. So I guess I could have grabbed that out, but thank you for doing that, Pamela. So it's like, maybe he's like reaching out to grab that thing that's just right beyond the frame here, and he's almost got it, right? So maybe to answer the question too, it's like the end is within reach. This dark time, the light, the whatever it is we need to help pull us out is just right there. So don't give up, right? Avatar is all about that elemental energy. Oh, interesting. Keep our eyes on the goal. Oh, Harry had a stag. That's true. That was his starts with a P. We just had that one. We just had what? Oh, the old question? Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. I am so sorry. Okay, thank you. Boy, I'm slow. Okay, that's because I'm catching up on the chat. Well, I decided to answer that question again. But let's answer Drop of Golden Tarot's question. How can we keep our energy positive with holidays and pandemic? mixed together. Now, remember earlier, I did say that those questions sort of had similar energy. So what I said before still kind of holds, I think. All right. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, everyone. Sorry about that. All right. So, yep, we did. We did do that question already. All right. When you keep yourself busy, you're less aware of the stuff that's bothering you. Question number 3 time. Yep. You guys caught me. See, and here I was trying to claim I was so organized here recently, and I guess I have to eat a little crow on that one. Jillian said 2 aspects of self, as in one is in action and the other is just chasing. Oh, that's interesting. Donna had said, I recently got the Magical Menagerie Oracle, and the stag is a primarily fire element there. Okay, so maybe that's where the fire can come in on this card. Rose Honey Ritual, the end is within reach, and they didn't get there alone. All right, so I'm stalling reading your other comments so we can answer this other question. Alignment with our primal nature, pushing forward fearlessly. Yes, Patronus, that was the word. That was the word I wanted. I knew it started with a P. Chris says, remember that the toughest of uphill runs have a downhill half at the other side. Every stag and poorly dressed man has their day. Chris is very stuck on this guy's wardrobe, I think. Let's see here. Try to spend some time outdoors. How can we keep our energy positive with holidays and pandemic mixed together? So is this the holidays and this is the pandemic or vice versa? Let's see. Elle says holidays and pandemic. So the reindeer is the holidays for sure. Oh, see, I had it backwards and the guy is the pandemic. That's really funny that we saw that exactly opposite. Somehow I need to, yeah. See, you and I were headed to the same unfinished place. Meme says, don't be tempted to race the reindeer. You will lose. They're real fast. Taro Trini says, his naked state suggests to me that the fool with the movement with answering your question, just go with it. Regina, simply make sure to get some movement in your day. That really actually can help to keep our energy up. Oh, I already read that one. Kristen said, strip down to simplicity. Get in touch with your inner strength. Choose a goal that will make you feel good. And that is within your grasp. Ooh, I like that. She says, balance the demands on self and the spiritual refill. Ooh, yes, keep things in balance. Drive by gifting. There you go. Like paying it forward sometimes can be sort of the best way to raise your own spirits, you know, or like, do you ever do that thing? Well, I don't know how many of you have Starbucks drive-thrus, but like I used to do this thing every year. Now I haven't been to Starbucks in ages, but in the drive-thru, you do that thing where you pay for the person's coffee who's behind you. And then sometimes it starts like a whole chain reaction, which is really funny. Robin says it takes more to embrace your wild than simply wearing a fur coat. This is the Victorian Romantic Tarot, Kristen, by Baba Studio. Chris says it's the fact that he's clearly running very fast. At the risk of being told off for being rude, running quickly with your business out don't mix well, painful. It's not practical, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, my voice is starting to go. T-Cat, on these times, world can get a bit overstimulating, the negative time of the Eight of Wands. So whenever things get too heavy, we should concentrate on what gets us excited and steer our energy that way. And then Donna says, get inspiration by nature. Yes, I like that. Whoopsie. Okay. All right, this time, so we'll be on question number 4 next. I got to get a move on here. All right, so we're going to go a bit more abstract this time. And I'm going to pull out the Japaritse Tarot. And let's see what we all think of this one. Oh, I forgot how much I love my edging on this, my edging job on this particular deck. It's like multicolored and it looks really fun when it's shuffled. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, so our wands in this deck are a different suit. Fire. Simply fire. Ooh, this is a fun one to look at. Robin had said, nature takes its course. I love how helpful everyone is here too, especially when I'm trying to answer the wrong darn question. All right, so here is our 8 of fire in the Japaridse Tarot. We have a volcano. Talk about explosive energy in this particular card. So if you want to think about it in the terms of bringing messages, that's a warning, I think, that the volcano is about to blow. I love this deck. I was so excited when I heard it was getting reprinted, and I haven't worked with it nearly enough. Eruptive. Yes, that is a very good term to describe this. All right, I'm going to drink a little more water here. My voice is getting huskier by, by the second. Did I miss some good comments? I'm sorry if I did while I was getting this out. Oh, Mama says, yikes. Jackie says, pretty. Robin says, be patient. Don't blow your top. The other thing that I think really comes through for me in this particular card, so Naomi says, hit the ground running springs to mind. But also, to me, this feels very unstoppable. Like this movement needs to happen. Or is, you know, that's the only direction that this goes, right? There's only one way for the energy in this volcano to release. So I feel like that takes a lot of the choice out of it, and kind of brings to mind sort of like riding with it, right? Like this is going to happen. So prepare yourself, accept it. It's nature's course that's being followed here, right? Another menacing sky, says Donna. It's, you know, it's funny, just like somebody else did before, they saw like a sunset in that sky, and it is, but it's also so beautiful. You can probably hear TK in the background again, can't you? Force of nature. Yes, drop of golden tarot. That's kind of what I'm picking up on as well. Power from deep within. Oh, I like that as well. Inevitable and unexpected change. Bond's going to go see if he can make TK be quiet now. Kristen, pressure building, rising up of a transformed core. Lori, get outside more. Nature is so grounding. You need that when things are hectic. Were you answering maybe that last question there? Don't stop the energy flowing or else bang, right? We want that energy to kind of come up and out. If we try to stifle that, the outward would be much more destructive, I think, than the upward. Now, it still can be somewhat destructive, volcanic energy, you know. Let's see. This has tower feels, says Chris. I get that. Definitely the fire influence. So if we felt we were missing the fire in the last card, this one really makes up for it. Jenna, direct your energy before the explosion. This is the Japaridse Tarot, Patrice. I was just thinking that, like, yeah, the tower feels of this particular card. Donna says intense stuff will happen either way, holding it in or letting it go, right? So we're really kind of bringing back that go with the flow. We're not going to be able to stop it. So we might as well move with the change, right? Or with the action, or with the direction, or with the message. Opportunities and manifestation are simmering. Action and motion. We shared this deck at the beginning of lockdown. That is right. I remember that, Sean. Let's see here. Oh, go check your incense cone. No taking it back, says issue. Deal with those consequences. Will the goal reach the intended target? So things have already been set in motion. And I think we see that here too, right? Like we can't stop it now. So you got to see it through to the end. Robin says, don't let your temper cloud the issue. Reminds me of the eruption in 1883. 1883? Ooh. All right, so let's answer question number 4 from our L here. What can we do this week to begin making our goals our reality? Ooh, what can we do this week to begin making our goals a reality? Lori had said it's smoldering. There's more beneath the surface than meets the eye, right? All of the energy that's pent up inside of this volcano. Breathless anticipation, says Ishi. Okuma Savage had far-reaching effects all over the world. Oh, with that particular volcanic eruption.
So in kind of answering Elle's question, what can we do this week to begin making our goals our reality? I think maybe first we have to recognize that the change is already happening. So the goals and what we're manifesting is already in progress. So we're already kind of past the beginning. So now it's really kind of like I was saying a moment ago, and rolling with the momentum that's already been put into place. So don't try to stop it. Don't try to drag yourself back. It's carry forward and ride that forward momentum that's already been started. It's sort of what comes to mind for me. Kristen says, push up your motivation. Just do it. Let the fire set you alight and let that light shine. Yeah, just explode your creative energy all over the place. We'll take it. Start cooking now. Yeah, for Christmas, maybe direct our energy. Emily said creative expression, kind of a cathartic release, whatever that might be, dance, movement, painting, singing, crying, etc. Steam it. So maybe let it percolate. Again, still already in motion, but maybe letting it build up steam momentum. Haven't really thought about it that way. Emily says channel the energy. What do you think, Al? How would you answer your question here? Ooh, relinquish hesitation. I like that. It's very simple, but it's a good message. Richard says, start making plans for our goals, but build in a safety valve so that we can direct the energy and it doesn't explode all over the island, perhaps. Raman says, release the pressure. Yeah, when I was at Shane's for our late Thanksgiving dinner, we tried to use the Instant Pot, and the thing, like, it never sealed, so the pressure just never really built correctly, and it steamed the whole time, kind of like this volcano, and it totally burned the cauliflower, which I did not much appreciate. So we need to really sometimes direct the steam in the right direction and do it correctly. I have a troubled teen. It's all about directing that energy. Otherwise, I will explode. Yeah, the teen years, they're the best, right? Donna, take a look from the top of the mountain to get some perspective, then unleash your creative energy. So, Elle, I hope we have helped answer your question. Oop, there it is. Let the momentum carry you forward. All that pent up passion, potential frustration, ideas, let it go. Do it. Go, go, go. Stop waiting for a perfect time. Oh, that's so true. Make that perfect time now. I mean, could anybody say it better? Very nicely done. All right, let's do our last card because we're coming up on 12 o'clock my time. Okay, the last one I have is the Star Tarot from Schiffer here. This is the second edition, the newer borderless edition. I actually have the first printing of the second edition that has the misspelled Hierophant card. And so I messaged them after people asked me about it to let them know or find out if maybe they were going to do a replacement card. They sent me a whole replacement deck, which I actually still have. I can't get the last card up here, and I don't know why it matters because it's not the card I need right now anyway, but I just don't want it stuck in there. Bear with. Oh no! That's what I get. All right, so there's going to be an 8 of Wands in here somewhere. Oh, no. Okay, there's the 7. Okay, so there's a 7 of Wands. Oh, good. It's all over the floor, but I found the 8. This has a very, like, Thoth-like vibe to me. Okay, sorry. There's a bit of a disaster that just happened here. I mean, it's been a while since we've done a good JBT dropsy, so here we go. All right, so here's our 8 of Wands. These are the backs, by the way, of this particular edition. This is the 8 of Wands in the Star Tarot. And while I'm showing you this, I'll read some of the later comments we had here. Oklahoma had said, first draft is a release of all energy. Writing is in the rewriting. Oh, that's right. And somebody was asking about writing earlier, too, today. TCAT had said in answering the last question, prepare for the results. What will happen when things start to manifest? What will you do with the results? Where will they take you? Ooh, I like that. And Neem had said, sit still and consider how much action you have already put forth towards achieving the goal and piggyback off that progress to get to the next phase. Volcano dropsies. Yeah, my 8 of Wands movement It like my cards exploded all over the place. Okay, what do you guys think about this one? I just released the pressure right out of the box. Yes, I did, Robin. I very much did. 8 of Wands style dropsies. I mean, I gotta bring in the energy, right? I'm really fully embracing it here. My first thought with this one is electricity. Yes, Julie, I really see like all of this movement. Now what's interesting, let me pull this up close because I haven't really done that yet. So what's at the center of this is a heart, right? So do we feel very passionate about what's happening here, which makes sense with the wands and the fire energy. So this feels like something that's very heart-centered, that's exploding or presenting all of this energy. So who just said, oh, Oklahoma said, it reminds me of the lights here. So we sort of see that centralized energy rather than it moving across in front of us. It feels very directed, right? Let's see what you guys are all thinking here. Donna says this looks like a sigil, more like an intentional direction of energy. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see, creative energy again, says Rose Honey Ritual. It's like a circuit board. It does. I feel like that electricity component is definitely coming into play yet. I haven't asked the question yet, Sean. We were just going to take a quick look at the card, but I will very soon. The stars are coming from the heart. Yeah, see, that's what I had noticed as well. Yeah, see, that's what I thought too, Emmy, is I thought this has a thought-like feel to me. The trees moving towards the heart or from the heart. Yes. Yes, Julie, it's like, yeah, instead of that directional energy. Michelle, oh no, I thought this was the back and was just waiting for you to turn it around. No, that's the back. That's much more calm than what we have going on the front of this card. Ooh, Gracia surprisingly loves this card. Chris, I love that the 8 of Wands movement in this card comes from the heart. The passion and creative energy comes from deep within and use that to create something special. Yes. And then Jillian asks, is the electricity being generated by the heart or going to the heart? If the latter, reserve your energy. Yeah, there might be a lot going on here. It could potentially take a lot out of you. Simon's kind of getting a similar vibe. I love blending all the systems, so combining like the RWS with the thought. Listen to your heart. Jenny, you're cracking me up with your creative ways of cheerleading for me. Kristen says, supernova, creating a star from our heart center. Lori, when we come from the heart, we make better choices. All right, so let's see what our final question is for today, because I still got to get through reversals and then activities, so I got to speed this up here. All right, so our 5th question is, actually from Lori, how can we let go of what no longer serves us? How can we let go from what no longer, or of what no longer serves us? So how would you answer that? Bye, Donna. Thank you for being here. How would you answer that with this particular card or version of the 8 of Wands? She said blue can be an intense heat. Emmy wants us to switch the card and take the front message. Someday we'll get the star. Someday we will. It's coming. We're going to have like a run of majors at some point, I think. So how can we let go of what no longer serves us? Maybe it's really, truly recognizing our heart's desire and making sure that that's what we're directing our energy to out into the world, right? A lot of times it can be easy to focus on the things that we don't want, the things that are less important, and that can distract us from the things that really do serve us well. So if we direct our heart energy towards what really matters and what does serve us, then that can be a better use of our energy and our time, right? And our emotions. So what do you guys think, though? I need that jolt to get going again, says Naomi. Linda says release it from our heart. So maybe just release those things that don't serve and let that energy let the energy carry that away. Going back to a good classic, let it go. If it comes back, it's meant to be, or it's yours, at least for a minute. Jillian, work from the heart to avoid energy being lost on things that don't serve us. Yes, I think so. Nailed it. Chris says, I guess I find something to quickly move on to that speaks to us on a deep level, a kind of spiritual rebound. Ooh, a spiritual rebound. That sounds good. I like that. Marie Conduit, ask what sparks joy. Kristen, it looks like it is taking in energy from electricity or lightning and then releases transformed version of it. Know you can keep whatever serves you from the situation and expel the rest. Relating to the other cards, it's kind of that throw those sticks in the air and what returns will carry us forward. All good stuff. Thank you, thank you. All right, I think we've kind of landed on some really similar responses to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take us into our reversals really quickly for those who do actually read with them. And if you don't read with reversals, think about it if it's in a blocked or a shadow position. So when we have the Eight of Wands reversed, how would we interpret that? Or if we see that as a blocking energy, or maybe even as a what not to do. And I think we addressed some of these earlier. Did I miss a comment from Oak Mama or did I highlight it? Because everybody's like, yes, good one. Oh, unblock the heart chakra. I did miss that. Yeah, that's actually a really simple and great answer to that last question. Neem said not all of the currents emitting from the heart are leading to a star. So this one here. Oh, that's true, right? Some of them are going to stars and some of them are going out somewhere else, right? Or there's energy coming in, right? So these could have been like energy coming in and then stars going outward. Interesting ways to look at it. All right. Still kind of answering some on the last card. And I know I have a bit of delay on StreamYard. This looks like a compass, so maybe what no longer serves us can give us a hint where to go, and that way makes it easier to move into more fertile grounds. Okay, so now I think we're getting into our reversals and shadow. Don't back up, right? And don't look back, you're not going that way. Naomi says not feeling ready for change and resisting the change, perhaps. Delays, frustrations, holding off, right? Procrastination. I've been guilty of that a time or two in my life. Robin says the things we do to keep ourselves from moving forward. Yes. Julie, wasting energy worrying about the past, right? So we can reflect on the past and we can take those lessons forward. But when we just worry and dwell, that's not energy that propels us forward. Chris said, hold on one moment. I'm going to go out of frame. Actually, I'm going to pull this up close really quick. There we go. Subtle. You didn't even see that, did you? Okay, so Chris said reversed, lost sight of the overall goal or purpose to a point where we keep moving forward aimlessly like a headless chicken, flogging a dead horse. I need to wrap this up too because I know there are other lives that are going on. Moon Chariot, someone had a great observation for reversed meaning earlier, a warning where we're directing our energy. Yeah, I do feel like we've been able to kind of talk through that a bit today. Linda, going backwards. Pause, right? So maybe that reversed or blocking energy means pause. We need to slow the motion or stop the motion. Or perhaps we're trying to do that and we shouldn't be. The clear path becomes muddy. Michelle says, I don't remember many of what my mom always said, but I read it as arrows of jealousy. So I can't wait for the thoughts of others. Ooh, good point, right? Because if we are expecting the opinions of others to propel us forward, that might not even be the right energy to get us to where we need to go. Am I kind of following up on that the right way? Outside influences or delays, says Ishi. Patrice says, it looks like those wands may hit a ceiling, stopping or slowing momentum. True, right? So they're like, because this here kind of represents like that ceiling. Oh, I like that. Ishi says, stop trying to manifest everything in your head. And T-Cat, reverse this card can make chaos and you might miss some important targets. Unfortunately, this card reverse can also refer to options being more limited than when you first thought. Very true. And then Emily says, ruminating on the cruelty of others or our perceptions of other people's behaviors, etc., and allowing it to impede our progress. Yes. Okay, that I know there's so much more we could do, but I know I'm running a little bit over time. And I want to give us our 8 of Wands activity, which I will read quickly, but then I will also post it in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, as well as in the description box of this video, so that you don't have to frantically write it down. But don't forget to come back and check for it. It's a great way sometimes to connect with our cards. Ooh, we've covered a lot of the wands. Remember at the beginning of Playdate when we like never got wands? Okay, so this activity, also brought to you by Jilly, Little Zen Crone, is called Action. Gather your deck, a notepad, pen, and a timer. Ooh, all right, there's a challenge coming. I feel it. Set the timer for 5 minutes or even less if you want a challenge. Flip the cards over one by one and think of a keyword for each of your cards as quickly as possible and write it down. Repeat this several times throughout the week and see if you can think of different words each time. So this is kind of a way of taking swift decision and action and helping you connect more with your tarot deck. So a real simple activity this week. I'm not sure that'd be easy to like post pictures of in the Playdate Facebook group, but if you want to kind of describe how it went for you, that would be really cool. I'm just grabbing that here so that I can have that for later. And if you're not on Facebook, you can always use the hashtag Tarot Playdate on Instagram, and I try to check those out as well. All right, my friends, thank you for another fantastic Playdate, taking a card that looks really simple on the surface and really diving into all of its nuances is just like the best part of Playdate for me. Thank you once again. Ooh, Chris said we could post the time and a number of cards, make a little competition out of it. Ooh, I like that, Chris. Yeah. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you were able to go with the flow and harness the energy and the messages that the 8 of Wands bring you this week, and I cannot wait to hear about it next week. Thank you for contributing. It's been fabulous. And until I see you in the next one, I am, as always, sending you lots and lots of love. You guys are awesome. Bye, everyone.